Oh, hi. Welcome to Armed Dad. Thank you for clicking on the video. Hit that subscribe button. You know you want to stay tuned into this channel. And the notification button is important so you get notified the next time I make a video. Click that one now. Give you a second. You got it. Thank you. The like button is also right there. You can wait till the end of the video if you want to, but you're going to click it anyway, so just do it now. And anyway, you can also follow along on Instagram at armeddad.yt for more content, more things coming out. So, I have been a firearms owner for 20 years or so. Everything from hunting to buying my first pistol to buying a few rifles and pistols over the years. Shooting, taking different classes. I've helped a lot of my friends learn, their friends learn. And I also have always followed along with the politics around guns, which there shouldn't be any because we've already solved that problem a long time ago. But I used to live in the state of Washington. If you don't know anything about the state of Washington, good, you're one of the lucky ones because the gun laws up there are absolutely atrocious. I was part of a group that was fighting that. And then I moved to Texas, and I now live in Texas. And Texas is one of the very last places where the Constitution actually means something to people, apparently. Because, oh man, has the House and Senate in Texas been doing some awesome things. So, what have they been doing? Well, it's pretty simple. They're debating removing short-barreled firearms from their prohibited weapons list. And they got two bills that are doing that. Now, Senate Bill 1596, which is identical to 259, which is the one we're going to be talking about, just passed on its second reading with a 21-10 vote. So, thank you for doing something that isn't stupid and making sure that people understand that they're absolutely stupid for thinking that these other laws need to exist in the first place. Anyway, moving on. 259 will have a public hearing on Monday. Now, what exactly is this? So, what is a short-barreled firearm? Maybe you don't know. Let me educate you a little bit. We'll just dig into it. A short-barreled firearm is any rifle with a barrel shorter than 16 inches, or any shotgun with a barrel shorter than 18 inches, or either of the two with a total length shorter than 26 inches. So, if you're looking behind me, you can see two weapons of pretty much identical builds. Well, that's because they are. They are both AR-15 platform firearms. This one's a rifle, the top one. It's an AR-15 rifle. This one's a pistol. That's the bottom one. That's a pistol. And you can see that they're very similar. The top one has got a longer barrel, more accuracy at a longer distance. The bottom one has a shorter barrel, 7.5 inches to be exact. A little less accuracy, incredibly loud, and quite fun to shoot. The top one also has a stock on the end of it, which makes it just a rifle. Now the bottom one, you'll notice, does not have a stock. Why is that? Well, that is because the morons at the ATF don't allow you to put anything on it because that would be an SBR, a short-barreled rifle, which would be a short-barreled firearm. And we all know that short-barreled rifles are somehow more dangerous than anything else. Did that sound crazy to you too? Good, because it should have. These are both identical firearms. Absolutely identical. The only major difference is the barrel length and the missing stock. They're both made by Delton. They're both AR-15 platforms, and they're both 5.56 or 2.23. The top one has the nice handguard on it, and the bottom one has a little bit different of a handguard on it. There's not much difference to them. Okay? They both have different scopes on them, and that would be because one is for longer range, and the other one's for closer range. But if I put a stock on this one, the ATF will come to my house and shoot my dog faster than I can say, whoa. Why? Why are we so afraid of short-barreled firearms? Pistols exist. It's not a new concept. Just because technology changes They think that it's okay to just keep infringing on the Second Amendment because, oh God, something new and scary, we need to demonize it and immediately take it away because, well, you shouldn't have it. That's just crazy talk. I'm kind of sick of the crazy talk, which is why Texas is doing something amazing with this. The fact that the Senate Bill 1596 passed is awesome. Another round of applause. Thank you. Of course, the ATF is concerned because their 2023 rule, it states that pistol braces create a short-barreled rifle. Pistol brace. If you don't know what that is, basically it goes on the end of this little gizmo, and you put it here, and then you attach it to your arm so that it stabilizes the pistol. Okay? Makes it easier to control. That makes sense in the firearm world because an unstable, uncontrolled firearm could potentially be a hazard. But the morons at the ATF would lead you to believe that that would make this so much more dangerous than this one. It does not in any way. They both shoot the exact same caliber round. They both function exactly the same. They both have the same internal parts. There's no difference between the two of these other than the stock missing and the barrel's a little shorter. But yet they lead to believe you that these are both crazy firearms. So thank you to the state of Texas for thinking ahead and going, how do we do this? Now, you guys are all going, well, that's great. The state of Texas is doing it, but it's still federally not okay. Yeah, you're right. As long as the ATF exists, we'll always be fighting the federal government on really stupid issues. But why is this important? Because House Bill 259, which eliminates all references to short-barreled firearms from the state's prohibited weapons list, it represents significant steps towards protecting Texas gun owners from conflicting and changing federal classifications. See, prior to 2023, pistol braces did not turn this into an SBR. But then some nut job at the ATF decided that this needed to happen. This should happen. You could shut up. Stop. Don't get involved in that crap. It's just banter and pointless. The only thing that really makes a difference here is whether or not somebody sitting in an office who just likes to think about shooting your dog all day wants to get rid of them because they want to infringe on your rights. Stop letting it happen. Again, the state of Texas is doing just that. This is a great move for the firearms community. Why? Because this is showing people that these rules are completely ridiculous. If you still can't look at those and see that there's really no difference between the two and it doesn't make one more dangerous than the other, then maybe you need to go find a job at the ATF because you're one of them. The short truth is, Texas is making the right steps to protect gun owners. And we should all be very thankful for that. Because without Texas, our country's constitution would be in great peril. Because they would just run rampant, making these complete and utter flagrant infringements on our Second Amendment. It's got me all flustered talking about it because it just irritates me that we still have to have these ridiculous debates. So, do you see a difference? Because I don't. And I don't see a difference in dangerous, okay? Anything in the wrong hands could be considered dangerous. A car in the wrong hands could be considered dangerous. A butter knife in the wrong hands could be incredibly dangerous. The wrong person with the wrong thing could be dangerous. But making more laws about it is not going to stop the criminals from breaking those laws. Therefore, all it's affecting is us, the lawful gun owners who don't do the things they're not supposed to because we follow the law. We respect the law. We may not agree with the law, but we're not criminals. And that's what separates us. Now, which one of us do you think is more dangerous to the general public? The criminals, who are going to break the law anyway, or us, the average law-abiding gun owner, who just wants to have things to be able to protect our country from tyranny and our personal protection for ourselves. You see, Texas is passing these laws, and it's gonna. I know it's not gonna have a huge impact. Okay, it's not gonna impact the entire country at once, but it's the right steps, and this is what should get you fired up as a gun owner. Making the right steps to defund the ATF, basically, to get rid of it. We really need to work towards getting rid of all of these infringements. There are quite a few places out there that are doing that. Gun Owners of America is fighting it back. FPC is fighting back. Firearms Policy Coalition. They're fighting back against these infringements. And it's on you to get out there and help. Make your voice heard. You see, because on that public hearing on Monday for 259, I'm sure there's going to be people there that are anti-gun, screaming and ranting about how dangerous these kinds of weapons are in the wrong hands, and how people just shouldn't have them because if they didn't have them, nobody could have them. Because somehow making something illegal keeps the criminals from getting it, which is why we don't have any drug dealers in America anymore, right? We got rid of all the drugs by making them illegal. Anyway, now, if you've made it this far, thank you for following along. Now is your time to click that like button. You know you want to. And click the subscribe so you can stay connected to the channel. And also don't forget to click the notification button so you get notified the next time I drop a video. Thank you for joining me on this Friday. Don't forget you can follow along on Instagram at armeddad.yt. And until next time, get out there and have some fun. But seriously, go start making your voice heard in fighting these infringements. And don't let the ATF near your dog.
Oh yeah, who's a good girl? Who's a good girl that's not as scared of the ATF? Yeah, they can't get you. Yeah.